Most of the time, when there are problems, when there are issues, there are chances that something was supposed to have been done and it was not done. There are chances that something was left undone. And like they say, prevention is better than cure. But most people do fail to complete that statement. And the completing part is because cure is not certain. And prevention is all about ensuring that you anticipate possible problems. And that is where technology comes in. Technology is an enabler, not an end in itself. And that is all we offer you on Techbridge. With that, I welcome you to Techbridge on Lagos Television today. This is the show that connects you to the future. We talk the future because the future is not far from us. It is just right here. I am Shoyifumi Olatide. Welcome to Techbridge today.
Whatever you have, whatsoever you are doing, you will need technology at one point or the other. And that is why we're doing this today. My name is Tony Alagoke. You're welcome to Techbridge on Lagos Television.
All right, so let's put it from, take it from this part. We were talking about that little teaser I gave the other time. Most of the time, we just feel that this can't happen to me. It's not, it doesn't happen here. And we don't put necessary measures in place until that, should I call it catastrophe, hits us. And that is where we begin to run here and there for solutions. But technology is not really designed to work that way.
Technology is actually something you must predict in terms of what you need to do, just like you said, because if you don't cover one particular aspect of the technology, it can boomerang, it can affect you. And that is why we're doing this show today.
Especially this episode, and it's also to enlighten people that there is a lot we can do beyond having devices, beyond taking advantage of technology. There are some aspects we need to pay attention to, and we're just picking one out of those aspects. That's talking about network security today.
Network security is something you shouldn't even close your eyes over not to do, because if you are trying to save costs by not providing for network security, you will pay dearly for it. So it's better we talk about it. There are so many aspects of this network security that the expert will talk about.
Yes, and whether we like it or not, every individual on the surface of the earth is on one network or the other as we speak. Virtually everybody.
So it means that there must be concern for network security.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll be connecting with our guest shortly. That is after this break. It is still Techbridge on Lagos Television. Please stay with us. So thanks for staying with us. It is still Techbridge on Lagos Television. We told you we'll be talking about network security, and we'll be connecting with Vincent Avoseh all the way from Australia. Vincent is a network and cloud security expert. Of course, he's a Nigerian and he's doing a great job over there in Australia. So let's just connect with Vincent right away. Vincent, thanks for connecting with us on Techbridge today.
Yes. Thanks, Shay, for having me. Thank you.
Vincent, thank you for joining us today, and it's good that you are an expert on this network and cloud security, and we need to talk about it because the whole world is now on network in one aspect or the other, and you have been in that field. So what can we really understand by network security, or which aspect of it is yours?
Network security, we basically refer to activities, right, that are kind of designed to protect the usability and availability of data on your network. I like to refer to it using a particular acronym, which is the CIA. So it helps to keep the confidentiality of the data on the network. It helps to keep the integrity of the data on the network, and then it helps to make the data on the network available. So confidentiality, I have data on the network. I want to make sure that nobody that does not need to have access to the data has access to it. integrity. I want to make sure that my data is what my data is. Nobody has tampered with it or modified it, right? And then I want the data to be available. That is, when I want to use the data, I don't want anybody to have access to it, to have locked it up, or to deny me access to my data. So activities that helps us to get that done, right, within the context of the network is what we can refer to as network security.
Okay, thanks for that response. So let me take it a bit further from here. What are the various types of networks that we have? I know that is a broad field, really, but put it in context for us. Let's see what we have.
Traditionally, if you ask me this question like a decade ago or a decade and a half ago, I would have said it's just maybe your home networks, corporate or enterprise networks, or even maybe larger scale networks. But with the advancement in connectivity and the advent of IoT, that is Internet of Things, which is driven by 5G, it will just be simply everything, because everything has the potential of being connected. There is a report that at the moment, which is 2020, right, it is estimated that there are 2 devices per person. And that is going to increase to 10 devices per person by 2025. So we can see that there are going to be more connections everywhere. So it will take us to things like smart vehicles, cameras, your refrigerator, in your house, road cameras, traffic lights, pretty much every street lights, pretty much your wearables, your smartwatch, smart bands, pretty much everything. So it's connected these days. So what types of networks are involved in this or included in this context? I would say pretty much everything. Gone are those days where you just visualize the network as a group of computers connected in one office somewhere, or a group of maybe your Wi-Fi, your wireless network at home, right? That's gone beyond all of that now, and then in the next couple of years, it's going to grow even much more than that, and then it's going to explode.
Right, thanks so much for that response. So having said that, so we see that it's a big investment, really. So let's look at the infrastructures involved in ensuring we have a very robust security in terms of setting up a network or over a network.
So infrastructure, right? Or to rephrase that would be, just saying what are the resources involved, right?
Yes.
So and that will be things like it could be hardware, right? And software, like I said earlier on, right? So they probably include things like firewalls, both hardware and software. So those will include UTM devices, next generation firewalls. You have IPSs. IPSs are intrusion prevention systems, and then you have the next generation of that as well, more like those that are kind of like adapting to new threats. So you have data loss prevention technologies and systems. You have endpoint security systems, or softwares or technologies, which will include something like antiviruses, like I said earlier on, right, and anti-malware softwares. To even include resources like VPN softwares, because all of that are part of the infrastructure, that makes that are involved in network security.
All right, thank you, Vincent. That's just mind-boggling. Let me find out. Some people will be thinking of investing in network security. How cheap or how expensive could network security be, so that I can know maybe it's worth it? Maybe I can get return on investment for this.
So it's expensive. So it's a lot of investment, and the value of investment into network security is not easily known. Like, it's not really easily appreciated until a corporate organization or an enterprise comes under attack, and then there is maybe like a ransomware or something like that. That's when the value of the investment that is made into network security is actually made evident. So it's when maybe your data, the data that you had stored up somewhere, has been encrypted by some intruder, and then you have to like pay some ransom. That's when you understand, the value of investing heavily in network security.
All right. So obviously, network has gone beyond just connecting computers. That's a great analysis there. So I found this quote, and I just want to have your take on it. It says that human beings are inevitably the weakest security link. Is that your take as well?
Yeah. I think it kind of makes sense, right? Because if you look at it, humans are kind of like they can take initiatives, right? So humans are bound to just take sometimes irrational decisions or decisions that they think that to them are kind of logical. So 90% of data breaches in the UK are attributable to human error. So you can see how significant human error is in data breaches, and of course we know why, because humans are can easily take initiative and just do things, and sometimes when they take this initiative, it could be outside of of the agreed policy, for network security, and that's why you see that of late, things like intent-based, networks or IT automation are kind of like gaining traction, because we're trying to like limit, human input. We're trying to like, we just want humans to like determine how the network or the infrastructure will run, and then we'll kind of like automate, we kind of program, the infrastructure or the network to behave like that without human intervention. So that way we know that we can trust machines, right? To a larger extent, right? You can trust machines that if you do your coding well, if you program machines well, you can trust that when you tell them to move left, they will move left. When you tell them to move right, they will move right. But if you tell humans to do this, they can think that, okay, I can do it by doing that. So that's where that weak link comes in. So yeah, it's a very, very valid statement. So humans are the weakest links in network security.
Thank you, Vincent. I will not rule it out. What is the effect or maybe the importance of security information and event management and VPN in all of these things? Because VPN is one thing and SIM is another one. Yeah, so just tell us. Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, I think SIEM and VPN have pretty much very different roles that they play in the network security space or IT security space. So SIEM solutions is security information and event management, right? So how we talked about the infrastructures, right, that are involved in network security. We talked about the firewalls, talk about the intrusion prevention system, talk about the end security softwares and all of that, right? All of those components, right, kind of like they generate a lot of alerts. So they generate a lot of logs, alerts, or things like, oh, this person logged in at this time, this person went to this website, and then you can imagine where you have like thousands of such, and then they're just spinning up per second a lot of logs and information. So what the SIEM does is to like collect all of that information, and it aggregates them, helps to like categorize them, and then it kind of just analyzes them and then presents that information, that categorized and analyzed information in a very, very, presentable way to the SecOps guys. SecOps guys are the security operations guys, right? And then they can now, look at that, and then they can now respond to threats. But VPN, it's pretty much a little bit is quite different in the sense that it's just pretty much virtual private network, right? So all it does is just to allow you to connect to the internet, through an encrypted connection. It could be user to network or network to network, and then whatever information passes, within that encrypted connection or tunnel, is pretty much safe, from prying eyes of the threats that are over on the internet. Though in the last couple of years, there is a concept that's come into the fore, which is SD-WAN, which is software defined wide area network, which is kind of like combining VPN functionalities and all of that into one. So we have stuff like Cisco's Viptela offering. We have stuff like Aruba's SD branch, and I think we have Velo Cloud as well, that have emerged in this space, and they just add things like dynamic path selection, quality of service, application aware routing, and a lot of more robust options, to allow secure connection between maybe sites, networks, and even between networks and the cloud.
Okay, that's good. Vincent, thank you. VPN, virtual private network, when does it become necessary to be used by individual? When? And is it compulsory? Is it recommended?
Yeah, it's a good thing that you mentioned that, because that's actually has become very, very popular. A lot of users are adopting that on their mobile devices, for instance, right? So I think there are even some browsers that kind of like ship with some of these VPN functionalities enabled. I think Opera does that, and some other ones as well, that just allows you to be able to mask where you are browsing the internet from, and then allows you to go to the internet a little bit anonymously, without anybody prying their eyes into your information, because the age that we are getting into, right? And data is a new gold. Data is a big thing. Data is where the main resources. So as much as possible, user data we should try to protect our data. These are interesting times, right? I always tell folks that this is probably the best time to be alive, or best time to be in IT, right? Because things have become a little bit more available. So you can easily there's no more excuse. You can't give excuses. Say maybe there are no resources out there to get into this. Once the passion is there, right, and you really want to do it, just start from somewhere. Just pick up a course, for instance. Go online. Gone are those days where you have to pay heavily to go for trainings. People go abroad and they spend tons and tons of resources, just to get trained. These days, you can just go on YouTube, for instance, go online, search for, and you have a whole full stack of courses, that is dedicated to security. So you can just, if you are getting into the security space, of course, you probably be looking at if it is entry, right? You probably be looking at an analyst, right? And then so you just pick up a course, that just that starts from basics. Just start from somewhere, and then it is important not just to focus on IT security, on security alone, but at the same time, like I mentioned earlier on, try to pick up a programming language. I think Python will be a programming language of choice, so it should be network security plus something like Python, so that you can prepare yourself for what's coming.
Okay, so Vincent, thanks so much for connecting with us on Techbridge. It's really wonderful having you on our show today.
Thank you, Sherry. It's been fun talking to you. I'm very privileged to be on your show.
Well, network security, Vincent Avoseh, a network and cloud security expert there, giving it as it is.
And it's just because I remember that your last question, I will have asked you that is there a difference between network security person and hacker? It's just a thin line.
Well, I don't know. That was why I asked him.
Basically, the moment you are good in network security, which is more of what the industry needs to protect people from evil or from bad guys, I think you're already saving a lot of havoc that can be wreaked when it comes to people's dependency on technology or infrastructure.
Yes, otherwise people will begin to see that they are not getting the very best of technology. They will begin to think that technology is actually a course in itself, whereas
and most
there are
people,
things to do.
Most people actually will look at it this way, that instead of using any technology, especially when it comes to financial transaction, they are afraid. So many people don't do online transactions because they are not too sure of what network security has been put in place. But with what we've heard now, I think most people should be more comfortable.
Yes, yes, and probably we should also begin to appreciate the fact that there are, should I say, improvements compared to what we used to have in the last, let's say, 10 years. We talked about network security.
There has been so much improvement because every day new thing comes, new technology comes, and the guys, the administrators are actually working more on getting things tightened up so that at least the security is not breached. And
we'll have the confidence we are supposed to have in technology.
Yes,
so some take home from what Vincent said. He talked about the fact that, okay, if not in any particular order, get a VPN if you have to. It's really important. And of course, young people should begin to leverage on technology, take up an aspect of technology and begin to leverage on it. This is the field. If you ask me, this is the time.
Honestly, because the whole world is actually migrating towards technology, all manner of technology.
Automation,
in every field, automation,
call it.
AI, Internet of a Thing, VPN, database, development, and all manner of things. I think people should take advantage of learning new things to improve on how to use technology, especially network security.
And he also mentioned something that I think we should also emphasize, and that is the fact that, okay, Python is a place to start. As a techie person, you should also have a programming background to whatever you do. And he mentioned Python. I think for me, it's one of the simplest languages that we can pick from.
Somebody's hearing you. Somebody's hearing you. Python, yeah, somebody's hearing you. So even if you're a school leaver, young school leaver, or a copper, or somebody who's looking for employment, you can take it up, and within a few months, you will have enhanced yourself and your value.
Okay, well, I think more to it. For more on that episode, if you want to catch up again, log on to our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are Techbridge LTV, and of course on YouTube, we are Techbridge LTV as well. Do remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can have a prompt of this episode and all of that previous episode you can watch again and again. Many thanks for joining us on today's episode of Techbridge. Till some other time, keep innovating, keep achieving more, and keep leveraging on technology. I am Seyifunmi Olatide. Bye for now.
And we believe that on a daily basis, you yourself are improving on technology. My name is Toyin Olagoke. Bye.